Would having too much difference in relationship cause distance? Differences like religion, financial differences, and cultural differences.
Well, that's a lot of differences. Any one of those can, you know, make you want to fold up and go home. Just speaking from my own experience, my wife and I have all of those differences that you mentioned. We had going into our relationships. There were many people on both sides who were very much against us being married, and some of them were strictly for religious reasons. But you know, at the time, I remember her reporting back to me, you know, kind of coming back from some kind of family meeting. They were like, "We cannot see why you would want to marry that guy. He's not Persian. He's not Jewish. He's not even rich. What's your interest in him?" Right? And so she would take me to meet them, and then, you know, I'm kind of patting myself on the back. They'd say, "Oh, now we see.
Now we understand."
Now we understand." Right?
Yeah.
I guess my Oklahoma charm won them over somehow. Even at our wedding, there were relatives who were kind of looking sideways at me, like, you know, I'm only here because I have to be. That's a feeling I got anyhow. And so I would just go ask them to dance, you know. But it takes a while. So that's my story. Doesn't mean it's your story. I think religious differences should be totally put aside, because what somebody else believes is none of your business anyhow. As long as they don't impose those beliefs on you. I've never tried to impose my beliefs on people. I tell them what I believe if they ask me. You know, I don't go around telling everybody what I believe, because who cares, right? And who cares what you believe? Nobody cares what you believe unless you make it an issue or they have an issue about it. So the religious thing is like, if your wife or husband has a different relationship with God than you do, just be glad they have some kind of relationship with some kind of source outside themselves that's not you, right? You don't want to be the source of somebody's life, right? Somebody's love, somebody's inspiration. Everybody wants to be loved, but I certainly wouldn't want to be the center of somebody's whole life, right? And you shouldn't make another human being the center of your life either. And so it's good to have a relationship with what I call source. I call the universe or source. There is, in my opinion, nobody asked my belief, but I'll tell you, since it's on my show, that I believe that there is a divine intelligence that creates this experience by becoming that which it creates. I'm in touch with something that I cannot necessarily call myself, and yet it is, I am a part of it. You can call that God, you can call that whatever you want. That's nobody's business but mine. Now, I've shared it with you, but whatever your relationship is with some kind of source, I wouldn't let that stop me from marrying somebody. Financial relationships, that could be challenging, but I would say that's all work-outable too. You know, people have different relationships with money. Somebody that has a poverty frame of mind, like a scarcity relationship to money, will be very difficult to have a marriage with, because they'll always be holding back, because they're not just that way with money. When people are scarce with money, they're scarce with food, they're scarce with sex, they're scarce with time, they're scarce with love, they're scarce with all kinds of stuff, right? They think that there's not enough source in life, so they have to hold it back. And so that would be difficult for anyone. If it's somebody who's like working hard and just doesn't make as much money as you, I don't see that as a big problem. What was the other one?
Religious, financial, and cultural.
Cultural. Now, cultural is no big deal. Cultural is no big deal. I'm from Oklahoma. My wife is from Tehran. You know, couldn't be more different.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up, I didn't even know where Iran was or what it was. You know, honestly. I didn't know. I didn't know what Iran was until the hostage crisis. Then I was like, "Where's Iran?" Right? Everybody was like, "Where's Iran?"
Yeah.
So we couldn't be more different. You know, maybe if I'd have grown up in New York or someplace, I might have known where Iran was.
Yeah. Not Oklahoma.
Yeah.